Hello and welcome. So this session is basically about giving you a brief overview of Duolingo English test. Most of you are already aware of that lot of the universities are accepting this score in place of IELTS because candidates currently are not able to take the test. So I quickly run through the basics here. Hello, I am Romesh Khandelwal, co-founder of Mentor Knowledge Management Private Limited, and I look after the worldwide universities admissions and scholarship department. So let's begin. So first thing, of course, we need to understand where the test comes from. So the name suggests Duolingo. Duolingo is the test which is designed by Duolingo company. So what is Duolingo? It's a language learning application, basically where you learn language from your phone. It started to roll out in year 2011 and it's currently an empire with a net worth of more than $700 million. And they have more than 300 million users at a moment. Wow. So as you can see here, the app is available both in Android as well as iOS. And it comes under the freemium category where most of the content is free, but there is some premium content also. So that's all about the origin of Duolingo and the people behind it. Then when it comes to the test itself, uh, it is basically a computer adaptive test, language test, where when I say computer adaptive, I'm hoping that some of you might be aware of GRE, which is a computer adaptive test as well. So here as well, if a candidate gives a correct answer, so the next question changes according to that. So if two friends are taking the test at same time, they will not get the same set of questions. Each of them get the next question according to their performance in the previous question, as it is a computer adaptive test. Of course, like all other English proficiency tests, here also they test the four core English language skills, which are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Another feature of Duolingo test is that there is no set question for the Duolingo test. So you will not have any specified listening section in the test or a writing section. It is basically a combination of all these skills. So it goes random question wise and not skill wise. I will also share a few snapshots of the test later on so it would become easier to understand. When we talk about the test, there are some things that you need to know. So it can be taken from home, which is why it has become a go-to test in this current COVID scenario. It can be taken on demand without prior appointment, which makes it more and more popular. Of course, as I said, it is a computer adaptive test. You can see the duration here varies from 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending upon the English proficiency of the candidate. So if candidate has a better developed English, maybe he or she will finish the test in 45 minutes. Or for some other candidate, it may go up to 1 hour, but it can never go beyond the 1 hour duration. So 1 hour is the maximum duration and 45 minutes is the minimum duration for the test. Of course, you have to understand these two additional things also. These are two additional parts to this test. One is video interview and the other is the writing sample. So these two parts are not being graded. These are ungraded parts. So these are sent as it is to the institution along with the candidate's Duolingo test score. So basically in a video interview, candidate looks directly into the camera, which is there in his laptop or computer, and talks about a particular given topic, just like in IELTS speaking test. So this about 1 to 3 minutes long video interview, but without a live interviewer. And the writing sample will involve the candidate writing about a given topic for about 3 to 5 minutes. So they are not graded, as I said, they are just sent to the institute along with the Duolingo test score. Similar to the PTE test where the introduction of the candidate is sent to the institution. Now the cost. The cost is just $49. This is again a factor which makes this test more popular. All the other language proficiency tests fall under the $200 plus bracket, and this is where the Duolingo is quite cheap. And of course, the result may be obtained in just 48 hours of the test. So basically, in just 2 days, candidates get their results. So it's quite fast as it is a computer adaptive. Most of the grading is done automatically by the computer. No human grading is involved in the process. When we come to the requirement, a candidate to appear for the test, they need to make sure they have the followings. So they need to have a computer or a laptop with a functioning microphone, speakers, and a webcam. Again, this webcam need to be here on the top center of the computer screen. You cannot have webcam at the side of the computer or in the corner of the computer anywhere else. This is not allowed. The webcam has to be right on the top center of the monitor. It is very important to know. They must also have the latest version of either Google Chrome or the Opera browser installed in their system. Again, a very important point, the Duolingo language test cannot be taken on Firefox browser as of now. Firefox being a very popular browser, but as of now, they do not support the Duolingo test. Again, on part of the candidate, they need a good internet speed to make sure that the test experience is smooth. So they need a download speed of 2 Mbps and upload speed of 1 Mbps at their end. So the test goes smoothly. Also, they need their original passport because they have to take a picture of their passport at the beginning of their test. They have to take their own picture and have to take a picture of their passport as well before they can start the test. So these are few minimum requirements that the candidate need to abide. The rules again, there are certain rules for this test. So again, it is a test which can take from your own home. You need to follow these rules as candidates very strictly. The candidate cannot wear headphone during the test. Even though there is a listening section in the test, you are not allowed to wear any headphone or a earpiece during the entire duration of the test. Candidate cannot use a pen, so note taking or using a pen during the test is strictly not allowed. Like you already know, in TOEFL, note taking is allowed, but in Duolingo test, it is strictly prohibited. So candidate cannot use a pen or pencil or any other writing device. The ears of the candidate should be visible throughout the test, and that is why no headphone are allowed. So girls and boys with long hairs must make sure that their ears are clearly visible during the whole test duration. They have to look directly into the computer. They cannot look here or there. This basically brings us to the next rule. Candidates are not allowed to look away from the computer screen or talk to anyone during the test. They have to sit in a room which is well lit, so the light is very clear, and they have to constantly look at the computer. And well, the time duration of the test and each question is such that candidate basically gets no time to look away from the computer as well. But they have to make sure they are not looking at anywhere else and they are not talking to anyone. Again, a very, very important. All the add-ons for the browser must be disabled. There are add-ons like Grammarly, etc., which can be used with Google Chrome. The test prohibits the use of any such add-ons, so you have to disable them before you begin your test. So this again a very important condition and that the candidate need to follow. Also, candidates cannot leave the test window during the test. You cannot swap between the tabs. So the test starts on a new tab of the browser. The candidate cannot leave that tab during the entire test duration. So if it's 1 hour test, candidate have to stay on the same tab for the entire 1 hour. So these are few basic rules that the candidate need to follow. Now talking about the snippets in. This is the dashboard. So when you go to the website, which I will share in a bit, this all that a candidate gets to see when they log in. So this is where they take a practice test. You can see the practice test lasts only for 15 minutes. And it is clearly mentioned that the candidate can practice as much as they want to. But as it is just 15 minutes long, it will not contain all the questions that are covered during the actual test. So we thought of sharing the snippets of actual questions here itself. So this is the practice test. Once the candidate feels that they are comfortable and practiced enough to take the actual test, they can purchase the test from the website itself. The test costs $49. And once they purchase the test, there is a start test option that will be activated. And then once they are prepared and they have 1 hour of free time, they can start their test by clicking on this start button. So now let's see few actual questions that they ask during the test. First one is find the missing number. As you can see, this is the snippets of the candidate who is sitting in front of the computer. And this is the time remaining in the test. So this question type usually will give the candidate about 1.5 to 2 minutes, depending on the length. And as you can see, there are few words where letters are missing. So candidate just need to type these letters in the blank spaces. This is the first question type. The next question, where the candidates are given with the list of words, they have to click on the words which are really exists in the English language. So if I would be here, I would definitely have clicked the words answered and watch, but I would not have clicked this NINETE word. Looks like 9 or 19, but it actually not a word. So this what they need to do. Again, they are provided with 1.5 to 2 minutes to solve the question like this. The next question type is very similar to the previous one, but here they have to click and listen to the word. They listen to some English word and they have to identify if the word that they listen is actually a real English word or not. So it is the same type of question as the previous word, but here the listening skills are involved. As I mentioned previously, there are no sequence of questions. This is just a sample of question, and questions type can appear in random sequence. Again, for this question, they get about 1.5 to 2 minutes of time. Next question type, record yourself saying the sentence. So they give you a sentence and you have to record, say the same statement. So it's very easy. Just read the sentence and repeat and record it with the right pronunciations and click the next. The next thing is describe the image below. So candidate sees the image here and they need to describe the image in their own words, record themselves and click the next once they are done. Next question type, where they hear a sentence. This is listening and writing skill test. So they have to hear the sentence. They can hear the sentence for maximum of 3 times. And then they need to type the sentence exactly the way they heard it, along with the correct grammar and punctuations. The next question type. This is where they need to describe the image in 1 or more sentence. The maximum time for this particular question is about 20 to 30 seconds only. So they generally not have time to write more than 2 sentences here. So quickly need to respond to the image in writing. This is another question where they have to write at least 50 words about the given question. Once the word counter reaches 50, they can click on next. But it is advised they should write as much as it is possible during the given time. And this is how the result is shown. Once the result is out, the name of the candidate, the picture, test date, and the score. And here see the score description below the name and the picture, right? So it says that the candidate can understand the variety of demanding written and spoken language, including some specialized language use situation. This means it is a good score. This is what I wish to share with you as well. So when it comes to scoring, scores are within this range of 10 to 160. Higher the score, higher is the proficiency level of the candidate. So candidates should aim to score as close as to 160 if they want to get in some good institution. Again, when it comes to universities, they generally accept a score which is higher than 120 generally, but then it may vary from university to university and the course and the entry level. but 120 plus is generally acceptable. I will also show you the comparison here. This is the course comparison with IELTS. So if a candidate scores 7 or 7.5 bands in IELTS, then that's is where the candidate is scoring in Duolingo in the range of 115 to 130. So as I said, 120 is what most universities would be looking at. So 120 plus would be 7 or 7.5 scores for IELTS. And if we compare the same for TOEFL, so you can see it is close to 97 to 102. Mean might be around 100. So 120 in Duolingo is close to 100 in TOEFL. Let's discuss few FAQs that most candidates these days ask for. So I would like to share them here. So first, of course, what is the test URL? What is the website for the Duolingo test? So this is the website, englishtest.duolingo.com. This is the website where you can visit and register yourself. This is the same website where you can take the practice test. And also this is the same website where you can purchase the test and also appear for the same. So this is the only website that candidate need to know. Next is, can I take a practice test? Yes, as I have already mentioned earlier, you can take practice test of 15 minutes duration, available free on above website, and you can take the practice test for as many times as you wish to. Next is, when can I take the test? After creating the account. So after creating the account, there is no barrier here. But once you purchase your test, you have to appear for the test within 90 days. So this is very important to know. Few more questions. How long are the score valid? So like all other language proficiency tests like IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo test scores are also valid for the period of 2 years from the declaration of the result. So this is very similar to IELTS or TOEFL in the validity period aspect. Can I get the PDF version of my score? Currently, not possible. As of now, they do not issue a PDF version of the score. Currently, you can access the score only by logging into your account. How much do I need to pay for reporting my score? This is very interesting. As you may know, for TOEFL and IELTS, initially score reporting is free, but then the candidate has to pay if they want to report their score to more universities. This is where again Duolingo has a clear advantage. Score reporting is absolutely free, and candidates can send his score to any number of institutes. The candidate gets a list of institutes that are registered and that are accepting the Duolingo test scores, and the candidate can send the score to all those institutes without paying any extra. So the score reporting is absolutely free. Thank you. This is all from my side. About Duolingo, feel free to ask for any queries or further information on the giving helpline numbers. You can email us or you can log on to our website, that is www.togethermentor.com. Feel free to contact us for worldwide university admissions and scholarship application. Stay healthy. Take care.